So today, the Japanese website for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was updated to show a new trailer. This trailer combines some new scenes and extends some older ones to give a little more context as to what exactly is going on. So I figured today we could go through this and quickly pick out all the important details. So let's get started. Now, first and foremost, this is being called the In This Destiny trailer, but the file name on the website was just guard.mp4. Not sure if that has any significance whatsoever, but seeing as how all the trailers on the Japanese website have distinct English file names, I figured I would mention it. Anyway, let's start dissecting the trailer. So to start things off, we see the glowing Master Sword and its pedestal underneath the Great Deku Tree. We've seen this shot before, nothing really new here. It's hard to make out, but I believe the Master Sword here is actually in its damaged state, which is important because in the very next scene, we can see Link swinging the Master Sword, and you'll notice that the sword is not damaged at all here. He's also swinging around like he normally would if he first acquired the Master Sword, which seems a little bit weird since he's clearly in like a raining field and there's no trees around him, meaning that this couldn't be from the pedestal underneath the Great Deku Tree. Next up, we see a goddess statue underneath the moonlight. This is more than likely the same goddess statue that Zelda was soaking in during the previous trailer. It's interesting to me that these goddess fountains are still intact because, on the two times we've seen them, they look almost identical to the one seen in Skyward Sword. And now Numa actually recently sat down with Game Informer, and during that interview he did reveal that Breath of the Wild will take place after Ocarina of Time. So these goddess statues are a relic of a time long past. Moving on to the next scene, this one is a repeat with nothing new added as far as I can tell. We just see the Guardians rampaging through a town, destroying everything they can see. Next up, we have a shot of that flower. This time it zooms out a little bit more and we can see that Zelda is bending down to perhaps pick the flower up. I know it seems stupid, but I feel like this flower is somehow important. Like, why would they give it so much attention in two different trailers if it didn't represent something bigger? What that could be, I honestly have no idea. From there though, we move on to a shot of a town, and it does look familiar, but I don't think we've seen this one before. Even if we have, I gotta say, I love how varied the towns are in this game. I know so far I've only seen like a handful of them, but each one of them has looked so unique that I can't wait to actually see them all when I get a chance to play the game. The next town is actually one we saw originally in the previous trailer. Due to some keen eyes, we actually know this is a Gerudo village, since you can see the Gerudo icon right above the village entrance. And of course, by the looks of it, the village is in the middle of a desert. I actually missed this in the last trailer, so I figured I would point it out here. Next up, we get some glamour shots of Link either riding a horse or walking through some of the game's environments, nothing too special. Then we see Link and Zelda just walking together through a field. Zelda looks as if she's contemplating something very important, and Link just seems to be giving her some space so she can work out whatever is going on in her head. Then we see the two riding horses together off into the sunset. Aw, don't they look so adorable? I'm honestly looking forward to the fact that it seems like we'll be seeing a lot more of Zelda in this game, and I can't wait to see the full extent of her role in Breath of the Wild. Then some more quick glamour shots of the environment, which is followed up by a close-up of Zelda who looks very sad. I can't really tell, but judging from the background, I want to say this could be a different angle from the shot we saw in the last trailer, which oddly enough is also in this trailer too, but it's the one where Link is standing afar off from the rock where Zelda is sitting, and it's raining in like this forest. Then we see some Guardians, and despite the fact that they're still glowing, they appear to be defeated, or at least neutralized to the point where they can no longer hurt anyone. Zelda turns around, which we've seen before, and here's that scene I was talking about before. Just imagine the camera being in front of Zelda, and I'm pretty sure this is the scene where the close-up shot was taken. It at least provides us with a little more context for that scene, which is always nice. Then we get some sweet action shots, which are all reused from other trailers, so as far as I can tell, nothing new here. Following that, we get an extended look at the scene where Link and Zelda are running through the raining forest. It's worth pointing out that Zelda is in her white dress in this scene, meaning it probably takes place far after the scene we just saw with her on the rock. The backgrounds and the rain make both of those scenes seem connected, but they might not be. And again, just some more quick shots of things we've already seen until we get a little bit of a longer look at our Rito friend. And yes, I said Rito. If you missed that announcement, Famitsu recently put out an article about Breath of the Wild that confirmed these guys are indeed part of the Rito tribe, which means we have both Zora and Rito in the same game now. Also, at this point, Link has the Master Sword in what looks to be a pristine state. It's hard for me to tell, but I don't think the hilt has any rust showing at all here. Afterwards, we see the Zora girl who we know will help Link at some point on his journey, and then a more extended look at the Goron as he slaps Link on the back like they normally do. Again, notice the Master Sword on Link's back. It still looks like it's in good shape to me. perhaps we end up meeting these characters pretty late in the game. That or this is somehow before the Master Sword became rusted and worn down. It's tough to say, really. As we draw close to the end, just some more shots of stuff we've already seen, but then we get another close-up of Zelda, and the camera pans out to show Link wielding the pristine Master Sword in a battle stance protecting Zelda from something. I do want to draw quick attention to the body that's behind Link as well. Judging from the design, it looks as if this is one of those Sheikah warriors that we originally saw Link fighting in the previous trailer. Now the question remains, did Link defeat him, or was he defeated while trying to protect Zelda just before Link showed up? Who knows? Then to end things off, we got some older scenes again and a quick zoom in on the Master Sword back in the pedestal underneath the Deku Tree. This time, however, the sword is not glowing, and it seems to be in its repaired state. We can also see some Koroks flying in the background, but they don't appear to be doing anything important in this scene. So overall, even though this trailer did have a few repeat scenes, we did gather some new information. But I think that's where I'm going to end things off. So if you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.